Hi guys, and welcome to my Kotlin tutorials for Android certification. So we are following the study guide and we are inside of the data management. However, I didn't say anything about data binding, and so I decided to make this video about data binding. Actually, I decided to make three videos. Today will be the simplest data binding, and then next video will make it more complicated. So let's jump right into the Android Studio, and while making the app, I'll explain what is it all about. My data binding Kotlin app, some complicated name. You can name it any way you want to. All right, so first thing we need to do, we need to go to Gradle. Is it? Oh no, it's still loading. Okay, done. Go to Gradle, model app, and we need to add some dependencies. We need to add some lifecycle dependency because I want to, as I said, make 2-3 videos and make it more complicated. But for right now, let's add dependencies here, and I will put those dependencies in description so you don't have to worry about finding it. So we copied here. Where's the website? We copied here view model, live data, and then version is 2.2.0. So on both of them, I changed to 2.2.0 right here. And then also I put, we need this Uncapped data binding compiler. And since it's capped, we have to go over here and we have to say, actually, let me copy this one. It's pretty similar. Apply plugin kotlin-kapt. And once again, it will be in description, so don't worry about that. One more most important thing is where it says Android right here. When you click on curly bracket where it starts, it shows you where it's going to be, when it finishes. Right before it finishes, we need to say data binding like this. Open and close brackets, curly braces, and say enabled equals true, like that. And now we can sync now. Perfect, 2 seconds, world record. Now we can close it, we don't need it anymore. We can go to, so what I want to do, I want to create 2 activities. One of them will be, we're going to work as a regular way so we can see the difference. And second activity will be worked on with using data binding. So let's click on the package name, new activity, empty activity, and just don't change the name, just the way it is fine. Main activity 2. All right, so let's do this. Go to activity main. Let's put a button here. So when you click the button, you go to the second activity. And I won't do much here, just put constraints. Oops, there you go. And I'm gonna make 100 dp, 100 dp. What's going on? About this one here, I need to put 100 dp like that between them. All right, perfect. Now also what's important, IDs. This one has ID of text view and the button has ID of button. Perfect, just leave it the way it is. What I would like to do also is go to code and copy this text view so we can put it inside of the what is the activity main, because there is no text view here. Let's just go to code and put text view here. We're gonna work on it later. And make sure to change ID to text view 2. All right, perfect. Now let's go to main activity Kotlin file. And so normal way, the synthetic way to find button or to find text view, it would be just start, well, before we used to type find by D, blah, blah, blah. Right now, it's even easier. You can just type button, because this is the idea of that button. And boom, it found it. So we can do just click dot set on click listener. And so if we want to go to one activity to another one activity, we're going to say val intent equals intent, and we go from this activity to what does it mean? Main activity 2 class Java. So intent needs to be here, I guess, imported. Okay, class Java, and then start activity, and then we're going to put intent in there. Boom. So let's run it real quick. And so what we used here is this, as I said, synthetic way to find the button. Just start, type in the ID of that button, and it will be found. All right. Here you go. So hello world, click on the button, takes me to second activity that also has hello world text. Now, we can also use that synthetic way finding buttons and text views, because here in the first activity we have also text. Let's change the text of the text view of the first one by saying text view. Once again, once you start typing, it finds it already. Text view dot text equals my name is Andy, like that. And so let's run it again. Once you click on this button, it will take you to second activity, but you will be able, in the split second, you'll still be able to see it changes the text to my name is Andy. Instead of hello world, you'll see I will click the button, it will change the name real quick and takes us to second activity. See, it changed the name, took us to second activity. Now, what I want to do now in second activity, I want to use data binding to change the hello world to something like welcome to second activity, for example, right? And the way you do it, you need to go to, you work in XML file, you go to activity name to XML, and right after the UTF-8 and close bracket, you're gonna say like that, or open bracket layout and close it. Then what we'll do, we're gonna copy everything we want to put into the data binding like this, copy and paste, and that's it pretty much. We're done with XML. Now we can use data binding because it's within layout brackets. So go to my main activity 2 Kotlin file, and before on create, say late var binding is start typing activity main to binding. See it. So what Android and Kotlin did, they took activity main, make sure first letter is capital and second word is capital too, and they added word binding to it. and there are no dashes or anything like that. It will be one word like that, activity main, and then binding. So now on create, we're gonna say binding. We need to initialize it now. Data binding util, this one. Binding equals data binding util dot set content view, and then we have to find it. We'll say this first, and then we're gonna find by r dot layout, and it's gonna be activity main 2 file. And now we have to delete this one. So this one was doing the same thing. Set content view. We used it. We're already doing it using binding. Done. So we are using binding officially now. What we can do now, we can say binding dot, and it tells me what's available. In second activity, there's only one thing available, text view 2, and it immediately gives it to me. We can set text to, let's say, welcome to second activity. All right. So why to use binding, right? Because it was easier the first way we did it. Well, it's a simple app. It's a small app. If there's a big app, supposedly it's easier using binding. Plus, it's data binding. So in next videos, we're going to talk about manipulating also using data there. Okay, so let's click on the bottom again. And instead of hello world, this one will change, and the second one will change. Why? Because when this second activity will be created, it will be immediately changed text to welcome to second activity. So let's do that. Welcome to second activity. See? So here we use data binding to change text of the text view too. All right, thank you for watching this video, and as I said, second video would be about more advanced data binding.